This is just a short demonstration on the process that you'll need to follow to download the files that you need for your production tests and also to unzip them. The unzipping process is very important, especially when you are on a Windows, any of the Windows operating systems. You are able to see the contents of a zip file, and that can be misleading. You might think that those files are usable in the zipped format, but they are not, and you must unzip them or uncompress them before you can use them. And I've seen students in my face-to-face classes get confused about this, so I wanted to make sure that my online students got a demonstration. So you will have to go through this unzipping process, this extraction process, before you can actually use the files in the zip files that you see here in the assignment. You'll see two links. One is entitled W Chapter 6 GoInt EOCM.zip, and the other is the same thing, but it's for Chapter 7. Inside of these zip files are multiple files that we need to get access to complete the assignment for this week. So in order to download these files, you need to click on them one at a time. I'll click here on the Chapter 6 zip file. You will get a file download dialog box asking you, do you want to open or save it? You must click save because you've got to save the file somewhere on your computer or on a USB disk to be able to extract it. You then will find a location or choose a location that you want to use. I'm going to go to my documents. If I were a student in this class, at this point I definitely would want to start keeping folders, keeping my projects separate in folders. So I suggest that you create a new folder for your Word projects. So I'm here in my documents. I'm going to click the new folder button and create a new folder just called Word Projects. This is not a requirement. I'll never know if you did it or not, but it is something that I think is a good practice. So to get your file, your zip file saved in this folder, now you've got to get it in the Save In box, so you can double click it. And when it appears in the Save In box, you know that this is now the destination where you're going to save your file. The file that you clicked on is already in the file name box. No need to change that. You can just click the Save button. It is not a big zip file, so it shouldn't take very long, and so it should immediately be saved in the location that you chose. And at this point I would go ahead and download the second zip file as well. So just click on that one, choose Save, and this time you should already be defaulting to the folder that you just created, and that is the same place you want to save the second file. And so now you can just click the Save button, and then both of those zip files will be saved. After you get the files downloaded, then you must locate them and extract them. So I would suggest minimizing any windows that you have open, and I just saved those files in the folder in my documents from my desktop, and look for the folder. Unfortunately, I have a lot of folders, but I created this Word Projects folder. So now I'm going to double click it, and there are my two zip files. I'll change the view here to icons so they're a little bit easier to see. To extract the files out of one of these zip files, you should right-click it, right-click right on the file you want to extract, choose Extract All from the shortcut menu, and then on the extraction wizard, and depending on if you have Windows 7 or Windows Vista or XP, you're going to have a little bit of a different look, but the basic process should be the same. You will click the next button on the extraction wizard. You'll choose a location, which in my case I just want to unzip or extract to the same location that I'm already in. So I don't need to browse for a new location, so I'll leave everything alone and click the next button. And then it tells me that my files have been extracted. If I pull this out of the way, there is the folder that was extracted out of the zip file. And there's a check mark where it says Show Extracted Files. I don't necessarily like to automatically have the folder opened to show me the files. I want to do it myself, so I'm going to take that check mark out. That's not necessary. You can leave the check mark in, and in that case the extracted folder will open up automatically to show you what's in there. But now I'll click the Finish button, and I've got this folder now no longer with a zipper on it. It's just a plain old folder, and inside the folder, if I double click it, I will see that there are 3 files. Again, I'll change to icon view. I have 3 files. One of the files is an instructions file. That is actually a set of instructions, and I'll double click that. This file will open up in Word, and there are steps in this file for completing the production assignment. So at this point, I would print these off and then start following them. For instance, I won't go through all of them, but I'll show you the first few. Step 1 says to start Word. Well, we've already started Word at this point, so I won't do that. But if Word is not started, if you're starting from scratch, you would start Word by double-clicking on the shortcut on the desktop, or go to the Start button, and then download and open the file named 6htrademarks.docx. Well, you know that that file is in the folder that we just created because we just downloaded it from Blackboard. So I'm going to go to the Open command and find my folder again. And again, inside of the unzipped folder, the folder without the zipper on it, I'll find the file called 6H Trademarks and open it up. This file, by the way, is going to be blank when you open it up, so don't be surprised. There should be nothing in it. One of the first things that you're going to do is to insert text from another document, and several of you have already done that in my IT lab, so it's basically the same process that you will follow. And that's all I'll show you for now. That's the beginning of that assignment. You would continue following the instructions, step 1 through 12, and then you would save your file with all of the changes and upload it to Blackboard.